A company uses microservices-based infrastructure to process the API calls from clients, perform request filtering and cache requests using gateway API gateway. Users report receiving 501 error code, and you have been contacted to find out what is failing. Which service will you choose to help you troubleshoot? CloudWatch, X-Ray service, CloudTrail service, API gateway service. X-ray service, yeah, that works with microservice architecture. Okay. An e-commerce company uses SQS queues to decouple their application architecture. The development team has observed message processing failures for an edge case scenario when a user places an order for a particular product ID, but the product ID is deleted, thereby causing the application code to fail. As which of the following solutions would you recommend to address such message failures? Use long polling to handle message processing failures. Use a temporary queue to handle message processing failures. Use a dead letter queue to handle message processing failures. Use short polling to handle message failures. Use a dead letter queue to handle message processing failures. I think that can't be processed then for debugging or okay. Okay, you are a software engineer working for an IT company and are asked to contribute to a growing internal application that includes dashboards for data visualization. You are provisioning your AWS DynamoDB table and need to perform 10 strongly consistent reads per second of 4 kilobytes each in size each. How many read capacity units are needed? Okay. Okay, where did I write this down? I don't know. All right. So basically we need to, okay, for strongly consistent reads, it's 5, 10, 40, 20. But the point is, for strongly consistent reads per second, you take the size, which is 4 kilobytes, and you divide it by 4 kilobytes, which, because it's 1 second, is 4 kilobytes. And then, I'm sorry, strongly consistent reads is 1 second. So 4 divided by 4 equals 1, and then 10 times 1 equals 10. I need to focus on that, but that is the answer. Okay, you take that rounding to the nearest, so in the above case, one read capacity per stronger times number of reads per second, Okay. An e-commerce company has a fleet of EC2 web-based services running into very high CPU utilization issues. The development team has determined that serving secure traffic via HTTPS is a major contributor to the high CPU load. Which of the following steps can take the high CPU load off the web servers? Select 2. Create an HTTPS listener on the ALB with SSL termination. Create an HTTP listener on the ALB with SSL termination. Create an SSL TSL certificate on an ALB via AWS Certificate Manager. Create an HTTP listener on the ALB with SSL pass-through. Create an HTTPS listener on the ALB with SSL pass-through. Ooh. All right, configure an SSL TLS certificate on an application load balancer via Certificate Manager. Create an HTTPS listener on the application load balancer with SSL termination. So you add the certification on you change it from the web server to the load balancer. That's the first one. And then the second one, okay, SSL termination refers to the process of decrypting at a certain point, typically at night, like a load balance. Okay, so the SSL terminates, and then after the termination, it's forward in the unencrypted form. Okay. A new recruit is trying to understand the nuances of EC2 autoscaling as a developer. You have been asked to mentor the new recruit. Can you identify and explain the correct statements about all auto scaling to the new recruit? Select 2. EC2 auto scaling works with both ALB and NLB. You can't use EC2 auto scaling for health checks to replace unhealthy instances if you aren't using ELB. EC2 auto scaling can't add a volume to an existing instance if the existing volume is approaching capacity. EC2 auto scaling groups are regional constructs. They span across AZs and regions. Every time you create an ASG from an existing instance, it creates a new AMI. EC2 auto scaling cannot add a volume to an existing instance if the existing volume is approaching capacity. EC2 auto scaling works with both application load balancers and network load balancers. Okay. Your organization has developers that merge code changes regularly to a code commit repo. Your pipeline has code commit as the source, and you would like to configure a rule that reacts to changes in code commit. Which of the following options do you choose for this type of integration? CloudWatch event rules. They have the SNS, CloudTrail event rules with SES, that's simple email service. Lambda event rules. CloudWatch event rules is a web server that monitors your resources in the application to detect and react to change. Okay, that's it. We stop sharing and we move on with our lives.